Assalamu alaikum. Let's cook. The racist that got 90% of the black vote. Now this white devil's name is George Wallace. Black people love him. Now this here is just some historical reference that will explain why many of our people, I would say the majority, just can't let it go, just love white people, and are always asking for apologies. Our people will not be respected as a whole until this Negro mindset is washed out. Okay? Now, this guy, George Wallace, is a white American politician. He served 4 terms as the governor of Alabama. Okay? Now, he was a hardcore segregationist, meaning he did not want to see black people around unless they were pretty much on a plantation as slaves. He did not believe in the civil rights for black people. This is all documented. Now, I have to say this. To most of us, segregation is not a problem at all. But when you hear these white people or you hear these names of these guys who are segregationists, it doesn't mean, no, I just want to be separate from black people. Okay? It means that we want to be separate from black people, yet we still don't want you to have anything. If you get anything, we can come kill you, do whatever we want, move the goalposts back. That's what a segregationist thinks. That's their mindset. So it's not like how a lot of us might think, okay, well, that's fine. No, when they say it, it's different. Okay, now this guy became the governor in Alabama in the year of 1963 after running on a strong segregationist platform, okay? He's known for saying this right here. This is what this guy's known for. Segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. Okay, and I just told you what a white supremacist segregationist is, or an American segregationist, period. Same thing. Now this dude right here also gained national attention in the year 1963 when he attempted to block the enrollment of black students at the University of Alabama. This became known as the stand in the schoolhouse door. That was him. This guy ran for president 4 times. And as the candidate of the American Independent Party in 1968, he won 5 southern states. He got nearly 10 million votes. A lot of people loved this dude. Of course, white supremacists did, hardcore, but black people did too. Now this guy gave that speech, segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. And when he gave that speech, he got them knuckle dragging beasts psyched up. I'm talking Mayo monsters were high off of that speech. You know how the white community is now, the MAGA people, when they get really psyched up on social media and stuff, Trump comes out and says something, or a white supremacist says something, you see it on social media now because that's the new world or whatever. You see it out there in the streets too. They get really, really amped up and psyched up. That's what these people can do to them. This guy right here, George Wallace, he also spoke to the New York Times, and he told them when they interviewed him that Alabama needed a few first-class funerals to stop racial integration. That's what he said. Now, a week after this guy got all these Mayo monsters, the white community, psyched up in Alabama, all ready for war, the 16th Street Church was bombed by the KKK. These guys are people who love George Wallace, and they stood by everything he said. Now, you got to go back, people. Do you know how devastating that is for black people in the black community? The 16th Street Church. A white terrorist group goes and bombs a church and kills 4 black girls. Okay, George Wallace didn't do it directly, but his peoples did. His rhetoric got them amped up, and they moved on that. He said he wanted black funerals, and they definitely got 4 of them right there. Okay? Now let's fast forward. The year is 1972. He's still doing his crackerism. Now George Wallace is running for president, again, as a Democrat, okay? He's running for president in 1972 as a Democrat. Now let me give a message to you new black MAGA weirdos. You try to use the fact that the KKK and most racists come out of the Democrat Party, to try to tell black people to be Republicans and all this other stuff. Same thing. You can't name a Republican politician who has ever been against the religion of white supremacy or tried anything to crush it. You can't. Okay? The same Democrats then will be Republicans now. All they did was a switch. All these white people are the same. The joke's on you, the confused Negro running around with a big stupid red hat on, no different than the liberal Negroes who be shine boning, okay? I just had to say that because they try to use that right there. You know what I mean? It's just a loophole that you coons, a lot of you red pill coon guys always use to jump on a white man's lap as usual, camouflaging your weakness and coonery and this whole red pill or masculinity thing, all that. We know what you're doing. We know that most of you guys are lizards and weaklings. And when a white man comes in a room, you turn into the popcorn shrimp that you really are. Let's keep moving, okay? Now, in the year 1972, this racist by the name of George Wallace, he's running for president. He's campaigning in Laurel, Maryland, at a shopping center in Laurel, Maryland. For all my DMV people, you might have been here many times. I've been there before, not originally from the DMV, but you know, I've been there many times. This Laurel shopping center that he was at, it's the one that's on Route 1 in Baltimore Avenue. Well, Route 1 Baltimore Avenue, okay? Right over there by 198, it's the one open right now. You go in there, you have the Giant Food Store, the CVS, the Marshalls, the Harbor Freight Tool, LA Fitness. That's where he was at for people from the area, because I know there's a lot of you that been there. Okay, so that's where he was at. He's campaigning, doing his thing, being a Satanist as usual. The day is May 15, 1972, and a white American 21-year-old showed up. Now, this white American 21-year-old who showed up, he's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His name is Arthur Bremer. He shows up with his guns. Sees George Wallace, starts letting off shots at him. Close range. Hit George Wallace and 3 other people. One of these bullets lodged in George Wallace's spinal cord, left him paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of his life. Now, this guy, Arthur Bremer, he had no political motivation whatsoever. He didn't even care about politics, none of that. He shot George Wallace only because he wanted to be famous. And he knew that if I shoot this famous guy that a lot of people love, I'll get famous. That's why he did it. He was arrested. He was convicted, sentenced to Maryland State Penitentiary. Okay. He's actually out and alive. He was released on parole in 2007. His official sentence ended in 2025. He's off parole now. This guy is just out alive. They believe in Maryland. Arthur Bremer, you know, walking around, probably chilling at the Chipotle, whatever, Starbucks. I don't know. He's like 75. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's looking like, but big shout out to Arthur Bremer for doing that. Yeah, he's a weirdo. I don't like you or nothing like that, but shout out to you. You're probably on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? People should really be interviewing this guy, Arthur Bremer, if they could find him. Now, after old George gets shot, he's paralyzed from the waist down. Now, after he's paralyzed, all of a sudden, he starts to publicly apologize for his support of segregation, and he wants reconciliation with black people in Alabama. So he goes on a whole shine bone tour. He's getting all these Negro shine bone sellouts to take pictures with him, talk about God with him and all this other stuff. He gets the worst of the worst. John Lewis, he's with Jesse Jackson, all these buck dancers. He knew he can do this and be all in. So George Wallace, knowing how weak-minded black people are and how much they want to really be accepted by the white man, the black community forgave him. So what he did was he ran for governor in Alabama again. 1982 governor race. This guy received 90% of the black vote. Okay, do people understand what that means? Do you know what this guy was to Alabama? Let's go back to the church bombing in Alabama that killed the 4 little girls. That was in 1963. Less than 20 years later, people, less than 20 years, the same community that those little girls come from who were killed, they went out and voted the same white man in office who many say caused it with his words. That same black community, the same black people, statewide. Sad. That's a sin. That's a sin. That's terrible. And the thing is, these black people are still here. Same habits, may not be the same exact people, but we have the same people in our community. This is why many of us do not respect these Negroes. We've seen it all, heard it all. These people just aren't in their right minds. This is sorcery. A lot of our people are under this spell, and I don't respect these people at all, especially the ones who are arrogant in their ignorance. Some are just so confused that they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But how can anybody respect you, especially a person who hates you, being the white community? Not at all. You know what I mean? George Bird. We can talk about this guy, George Bird. Let's fast forward. This is how I know if George Wallace was alive, black people would actually sit on his lap. They would love this dude. George Bird was a grand cyclops in the KKK. He turned Democrat. He was a Democrat. I mean, because the KKK was a Democrat party. He was a Democrat, got into politics. Obama spoke at his eulogy and said he was a great man. Black people love both of them. Both of them. Black people love George Bird and Barack Obama. Bill Clinton, probably one of the worst, okay? George Wallace was probably the worst, but then Bill Clinton, them two were up in the running. Bill Clinton is one of the most racist, covert and overt racist guys in history that black people love, okay? We know this from his actions, the things he did, civil rights, all, you know, the crime bill, all that. We can go on and on, mass incarceration, and again, all the devilish stuff that he did when he was the governor in Arkansas before becoming the president. Black people love Bill Clinton because he eats barbecue and plays the sax. These white supremacists know how feeble-minded the majority of our people are, and they know all they gotta do is shake their hind parts, eat their soul food, and do a two-step dance with them, be a Democrat, they can be forgave for anything they do. And that's fact. We've seen it, especially with this guy, Bill Clinton, this guy, Biden. We've seen it, man. So for all the Negroes who frown up, okay, at these black people that they see photo-opping and shaking hands with Trump and Bush and all that other stuff, I get it. I get it. I don't want to see them and shake their hand or none of that. I get it. But most of these same people, it shows how much of a hypocrite or how much sorcery you're under, because they'll go ahead and shake hands and put their lips on Clinton's rusty face and hug Hillary and Biden, even Obama, all of them. They would do this with these people. All these people are hardcore, disgusting white supremacists. Support them and you support Satanism as well. This example right here is one of the best because, you know, they seen what this guy did into the people in the black community. Less than 20 years later, they were already back sitting on his lap, voting for him. Black people today are the same exact way. Same exact way. And if George Wallace was here, I mean, we know what people would be doing. They'd be sitting on his lap, trying to take pictures with him, putting their lips on his rusty face, all that. We've seen it. This is what black people do. It's really sad. It's really sad. This guy, John Lewis to me is one of the worst shine bone sellout Negroes in history because he lived so long. This dude was at George Wallace's deathbed saying prayers and things like that for him. These people are absolutely disgusting. Anyway, easy.